I'll start again. Hello, welcome to Instant Experts and Imposters Theater. I am your host, Michael Busch. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We have a really fun show for you. Instant Experts is an improvised show where each pair of performers has a PowerPoint presentation they will be presenting, which they have never seen before. So everything is completely off the cuff. All they know is the general subject of their presentation. So I will be your host, and I'll bring each pair up. I will give them a little bit of an intro. They'll do their presentation. And then afterward, I will ask them questions based on your questions from the chat. So please join in. And if you have any questions during their presentation, then drop them in the chat and I will ask a few in the Q&A afterward. Let's see, what else? I think that's all you need to know from me. Okay, well, this is on a little delay, so I'll just assume everything's going wonderfully. And let's bring out our first pair of experts.
Hey, Mike.
Hello, welcome Lydia Lydia and Tank. We're so excited to have you here. Now, I'm told that you are pet experts, yes? Is that correct?
I'd like to say so. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's lightly putting it, though. I think that's being really modest, Mike.
Well, I like to start modest and move up from there. So that's fantastic. And how long have you two been working in this field?
47 years combined.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there's an odd number in there. Someone started a little before the other, maybe?
I started 6 months ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I got 46 and a half months in.
Fantastic. Well, we're really excited to have you on Instant Experts tonight, just to learn from you and just soak in your knowledge. So without further ado, let's get right into your presentation.
All right.
Yeah, I want to say, Tank, just so you know, it's my first time on Zoom, and I love you in person, so just forgive me if I make any mistakes.
Oh no, it's okay. As we say in the shark world, it's okay.
Because you got to, because really, it's hard to argue with the shark.
So, we're excited to be talking to everybody today. We know a lot of you are diehard SeaWorld fans, and you're bummed you can't be there right now with all that's going on in the world. And so we're here to answer the question you've all been wanting to get answered. Are you ready for a pet shark?
I get really excited. I want the hand gestures with that.
Yes, we can do it. Are you ready
for a pet shark? God.
Yeah.
All right. Slide. And there's things you have to ask yourself when you're ready to take this leap into a shark tank.
Yeah. Like, first of all, what is your work schedule like?
Right. Sharks are needy.
Yeah, exactly. If you're working some sort of job where they have you there 6, 7, 8 hours a day, you might not be ready for a shark.
Right.
Sharks, you work 2 hours and you take care of a shark 22 hours.
It goes. And then what responsibilities do you already have that's going to interfere with it? I mean, outside of your work schedule.
You got a ball and chain, someone who wants to be fed and talked to also? Not going to work.
Yeah. You know, do you have to be on a softball or baseball or dart league?
No.
Not going to work with a hammerhead.
A hammerhead is its own sport.
It is.
Attached.
And then you pointed this out to me, Tank. You said one day, Kim, how long do you expect to live?
And you knew the right answer, Lydia. Lydia, you said at least one day longer than my shark.
That's how you got to look at it.
Exactly. If the shark's alive, I'm alive. If the shark dies, permission to go.
And not all sharks are, you know, some of them live a little longer. Some of them have special needs. You got to plan for that.
Yeah, definitely. Next slide.
So, you know,
all right.
This is the important stuff.
Yeah.
You know, setting that feeding schedule.
It says, just like humans, sharks need a strict schedule or else they get depressed.
They turn into Joe Pesci.
Yeah. You know, when people say, what celebrity seems most depressed? Lydia always says, Joe Pesci.
That's right. That's right. You know, and the thing is, you can't just give a shark a Snickers. It doesn't work. I tried that, and Tank stopped me.
Yeah, no, sharks eat like people eat at Tommy's in Coventry. They eat roughage and some melted cheese and fries.
Yeah.
That's how you feed a shark. Too little or too much food, what's gonna happen to the shark? Same thing that happens to you.
I'm very lucky I have both my hands still. Look, both my hands because of this woman here, Tank.
Yeah, sharks, they don't want to eat us. They'll only eat us if they don't have food.
And that's communication.
Yeah, you know what they say, shark stands for something. You know that. It stands for the foods they eat most.
Absolutely.
S, sodium. They love salt.
More than a deer.
H, high fiber. A, apples. An apple a day keeps the shark at bay.
More roughage.
R, roughage. You knew it. R, roughage. And tell them what K stands for.
K stands for kale. Yeah, more roughage.
Kale. Kale is the roughiest of the roughage. All right, next slide.
Just want to say, have you ever met a shark without a regular bowel movement? No.
And you don't want to?
No.
All right, guys. Make your shark comfy at home.
Got to find a right place for that shark.
Yeah, you know, you wouldn't think a shark would want all shark programming, but it does. So you're going to need two things. You're going to need the movie Jaws and the complete collection of Jabberjaw cartoons.
Who knew?
Yeah.
But
now it says see how they respond to belly rubs, because we used to say always give your shark belly rubs.
Puts it in that
until Bob got eaten.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's always that's always a risk.
And I want to put that out there. Yeah, we lost Bob, but it's the only fatality we've ever had since we've been selling people pet sharks.
And I'd also like to point out, it's not like you can't die from a kitten.
Exactly. You're right.
You know,
Someone has, at least one person. He believes she's only been here 6 months, talks like a pro. All right, next slide.
Tank.
Yeah. This is where we wrap it up for you. We tell you guys, it says good luck on your new adventure because it is a new adventure. And you don't even have an old adventure, because if you don't have a shark, your life has no adventure.
It's like you never hit off the snooze button and got out of bed.
You know how Lydia started working with me? She came to a seminar, she bought a shark. Her life changed. She used to be named Pam, and she used to be sad.
Yep, I got my great white, and my life is different.
And each one of you could go from a sad Pam to living life Lydia, and we hope you will.
You want to be responsible for another animal, for another life on this earth? Why not be responsible for something great?
Like a shark.
Like a shark.
Yeah. We don't need to sell these anymore because we know you're already getting one.
Oh,
buymeashark.com, and you can find out all the info you need.
Yes.
We'll take questions now if you have them.
Oh, Tank, they can be mailed now, correct?
You can mail a shark. If you got an extra $7,000, we'll send it to you.
Yes.
And you do have an extra $7,000. Everyone
Stimulus. All right.
Wow. Tank and Lydia, thank you so much. That was very informative. We really appreciate that. So we have a couple of follow-up questions on your presentation there. Sharon Whitney wanted to know, will sharks get along with other pets?
You don't need other pets if you have a shark. Any pet you have, give it to somebody else, because now you've got a shark. You know, when you have your third child and it's better than the first two, you don't keep the first two, you give them away and focus on the third child.
Let it go. And if it doesn't come back, you have more time for the shark.
Wow, interesting. So does that also work with children? So if you have children, you get a shark, are you supposed to let go of the children?
We don't want to deal with people who have children. If you're busy taking care of your child, this is for people who haven't had children and people who are empty nesters. If you're raising a child you're going to try to put them first, and we don't need that shit.
No.
That's fair. Okay, fantastic. Any suggestions for what to do with the many, many teeth your pet shark will shed throughout its life?
Arts and crafts.
I mean, I don't want to show you things because we're on camera, but a lot of my underclothing is made from shark teeth, and it is comfortable and supportive.
I have to say, hang out with Tank for a day, and there are things you can't unsee. But you don't want to. You don't want to.
Lydia
Wow.
had a shark for 2 months. She had her first shark bra. They're their own underwire.
On now. Feels fantastic. Feels powerful.
That's great, and it sounds very economical as well.
Right.
Let's see. Jane asks, which makes a better pet, left shark or right shark?
I mean,
Why choose?
I don't know why you would try to break apart the shark community like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what makes the best pet? The shark that's meant to be with you. When you get in a pet shark, Michael?
When am I getting one?
Yeah.
I was just looking into it today. I think I'm waiting for a sale, but I am looking into it.
If you're waiting for a sale, you're not ready for a shark.
That's fair. Let's see. We have 2 more questions here. What are some good names for pet sharks?
Look, your shark's going to tell you its name. You know what? My shark's name is Aardvark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Looked at me and I said Aardvark, and we knew it.
Yeah, and again, you don't argue with the shark. What you learn with the communication with the shark is the shark's going to tell you how things go, and it's up to you to just yes it, and let it go into the universe that way.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And Lydia, what did your shark tell you their name was?
My shark told me it's 2 hands, bitch.
Wow. All right. And our last question here, which is the best shark based on attractiveness?
Look, you just want to hope that the shark finds you attractive enough.
All right. So it sounds like you just kind of leave your life up to the shark once you get this shark.
You got it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been very informative. Thank you so much. And we really appreciate your insight. And we're gonna say goodbye. Thank you.
Sure. www.buyshark.com.
All right. Oh, sorry, I missed this last question, but we'll get you a question in on the next presenters. So, all right. So that was very informative about how to get a pet shark, and hopefully you're all on that website right now looking for your new companion. Let's bring out our next presenters right now.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, welcome Donnie and Marie Calendars. We are so excited to have you tonight.
We're excited to be here.
This is lovely.
It's been pretty hard out there. A lot of our income comes from timeshare presentations and pyramid triangle shaped schemes, and just been tough in COVID and all that. So
yeah, I'm sure. So how long have you been in this business?
Which one? We've been in a ton of businesses.
The business. How long have you been in the business?
I would say since the doctor slapped me on the ass. Started making deals. But yeah, we're mostly in the Halloween store business.
We are in lots of spirit Halloweens pop up in little Kmarts across the United States.
Yeah.
And we love all holidays, really.
Yeah.
So Halloween's just like our passion.
Yeah.
That's great. So
1 month out of the year. So the rest of the time we get to work on this kind of shit.
That's fantastic. Do you have a favorite Halloween costume?
Well,
Minion.
This year, I recommend any kind of mask, obviously. So any mask will do. to stop the spread and have some fun. So it's a mask year.
This one's particularly great because a lot of people don't know that their nose should be covered as well.
You got to cover the nose. So that's an essential mask.
That's great information. Thank you so much. So without further ado, I think that we'll just let you get right into your presentation, and I'm just excited to learn from the two of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's get started. The inoffensive, unexceptional, just like home, your guide to Airbnb hospitality. This is our bread and butter, but this is kind of your brainchild.
I love Javorsky, and we buy several properties a year and sell them, rent them out.
We own a lot of empty Kmarts, and November through August, we got to make some Skrilla on those. Otherwise, it'll become a place where they host dog fights, or I don't want to get into all the things, but it's
illegal activity.
Illegal activity. An old Kmart can be a illegal activity unless you turn it into an Airbnb.
Next slide, please. Thanks, Donnie. Let's get to the details.
Decor. Finding your voice.
I really love quotes. Live, laugh, love. Some of these are great. The mountains are calling, or I must go. Sea hag. I mean,
sea hag, noun.
These types of decorations people just really love because they're relatable.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a mermaid, and everybody loves coffee.
Yeah, that's right. And anything you can do to sort of show your guests that this is a sarcastic, silly ass place, and not a place to say light Roman candles and fire them off at each other, or to see what burns and what won't. You want to decorate.
You do, and we are particularly fond of anything Martha Stewart brand. So we love her sheets and her towels. And anytime we put up like a relax message, we leave a few condoms as well.
Yes.
Next slide.
Yeah, let's do the next slide. Amenities. Always leave them wanting more. That's right. Remember the 3:2 decaf to regular K-cup ratio. That's okay. If you take nothing else from this presentation and you're hosting an Airbnb, be at it a Kmart or anywhere, you want decaf flowing. People get too amped up, they're going to be awake in your house.
They're going to knock down the signs. They're going to tear apart the sheets. They're going to leave the condoms all over. It's very important to have a lot of decaf.
You know that, I don't know if you know this, Michael, but you actually cannot have sex if you're sleeping. So if
you really
can. We've tried. Sorry.
So leaving outdated magazines is really great because we don't have to change those out. We actually collect magazines because sometimes people like to use them in the Halloween costumes.
That's right.
And
what are some of those costumes require magazines?
They are, like Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City.
She carried her magazine.
She carried, and
Paperboy.
I don't know if I know that one.
It's just a paperboy, a mailman or a paperboy might have a magazine. Don't stress about it.
Oh, and last but most important, fill your Dr. Bronner's bowls. Oh my God.
Just say it.
With the regular soap. Sometimes you can grind up cubes and bars of soap and then put them in there.
Yeah, this is just urine and bubbles in here. Right?
Oh, don't drink this again.
I won't, but I will later.
Next slide.
Dr. Bronner's, you can put whatever you want in those bottles. Red flags, keep them guessing with thoughtful touches. Airbnb guests share their fears. Dolls.
Any those dolls in particular that you can hold up and then move down and they'll blink.
Eyes open, yeah.
We get reviews all the time, positive reviews
about those things. Like, thank you for putting them down.
Mm-hmm.
Our Kmart closed in 1956, so that was the most popular type of doll back then. right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exposed wires. Why don't you talk about this? We don't really
sure.
believe in zip ties.
We don't believe in zip ties. We don't, like Pixar, we'll never put out a spark. So if anyone's got a spark of an idea or a spark of whatever, if we see a spark inside a Kmart from a wire dangling down by the linen section, we put on our masks and turn the other way.
I can't believe you brought up Spark. That movie was so stupid. I hated it. Cameras in the bathroom.
Bathroom cams.
This helps us see what's happening while we're gone.
And it's good for collateral. A lot of times people will feel not safe in an Airbnb. They'll be like, who knows what's going on here? So yeah, we take pictures of everyone's buttholes. We send them to them after night one, and we say, the security's airtight, don't try anything.
And last but not least, multiple copies of the help. Making people feel uncomfortable while simultaneously comfortable because of the fabrics and thing in the decor.
And here's a weird
It's really
part.
important.
Sorry.
Go on, Donnie.
Every closed down Kmart that we've ever encountered has had boxes and boxes and boxes full of soft, what are they called? Soft cover copies of the help.
Right.
Even the ones in 1955. It's I don't believe in the ghosts and stuff, but
Next slide.
Yeah, let's do it. What guests are saying, the final review, what guests are saying about our spaces.
Now, Cheryl from Tuscaloosa told us, I spent most of my stay wondering what was in that box on the coffee table. Nice soft towels, though. See, as we said.
Yeah.
As for what's in the box,
we would
loose hair.
Yeah. There is loose hair in there, if you must know.
Listen, these Kmarts have been abandoned. People don't clean up the hair that's spread all over the aisles. We put it in a box and we save things. We don't get rid of things.
Yeah. And stop asking about the box. Every house that we've ever been in, or every place we've ever been in, has had a number of boxes that are locked tight. I don't think it's weird. And they make noises, but don't worry about it. What's this one?
The next review says there's a difference between concept and a theme, and this place definitely had a Scarface theme.
That's unfair. That was like our first week of doing business, and that was just people selling mountains of cocaine. That was not a theme. That was not a theme. That was real cocaine being dealt.
We can't get all the people out of the Kmart at once. It takes time, and we're trying to make the money, so we rent it, and then we can't help who comes by. I mean, they literally are automatic sliding opening doors to these Kmarts.
That's right. And no one's allowed in the garden section. So you're not allowed, and that's a good thing for your Airbnb. Make a space that's not allowed, tell them that it's not allowed, and that should put that to rest. No one will be curious about that at all. You just want to be like, hey, don't go behind that door. Hey, don't check that box. Right?
That's right. And really, we thank you so much for listening. We'd love to hear some questions.
You can turn any space into an Airbnb. That's our main
philosophy.
Wow, thank you so much. This has been a great look inside the hosting and the Airbnb business. So we have a couple questions from our audience here. Let's see. James asks, can you please talk about the other illegal activities you can do in empty Kmarts?
Okay. See, I'd say describing them would make us in some way responsible for what could happen in a Kmart, but
I can't feel comfortable telling you one. There are groups of gentlemen who like to be hired to smack each other's asses. And this goes on in the corner.
Is that illegal?
I don't know if that's technically illegal. Although if they're entering your property, maybe that adds some illegality to it.
In Australia, if you're a group of guys get together to slap ass, that's going to be a problem with the police.
It is. You're gonna get in trouble.
I didn't know we were going to learn international law here. That's fantastic. Let's see. Our next question here. I'd really like to open an Airbnb, but the only bed in my house is mine. Do you think people would be open to renting if they share my bed with me?
Okay.
I think if you have clean sheets, I don't see the problem.
So clean sheets is the secret.
You want clean sheets, or at least put some baby powder on your sheets so they smell clean. If people are on Airbnb, let's be honest, they're desperate. So a lot of times, if you want to do a bed splitting situation,
just back to back, butt to butt.
Back to back, tops to tails.
Sounds safe to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Do you have any stories about the worst guests who stayed at one of your Kmarts? Oh, and also to clarify, it sounds like you're turning these Kmarts whenever they're not Spirit Halloween stores into Airbnbs. Is that correct?
Yeah,
precisely.
And we've tried other things too. We tried to make one an owl sanctuary. So there's owls in one of our Kmarts that we've tried to make.
The thing that
you got
we
it though.
really like about it is sometimes when you're walking through a store and you see they have a room set up on display and you're just like, oh, I wish I had that room. And that's what our customers can do. They can have that experience of being in a store and taking up residency in this little display room. It's just...
So they get an authentic Kmart experience.
That's right. Worst guest? What did you say?
And Michael Jordan at one time.
He was terrible.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he's a gambler, and he got down. That's all we're gonna say about that.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's good to not spread rumors about your guests. You don't want to get too into trouble like that.
He owes us a lot of money. So if you see Michael Jordan, tell him Donnie and Marie are looking for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's I will keep that in mind. Let's see. Did we get to all the questions? Yeah, I think so. And so Donnie, you mentioned Paperboy costume. Is that the costume that you kind of like to wear around?
I've gone as a paperboy a few times. Trouble is it's not enough of a costume for people to say you're in costume. So sometimes they think this is a paperboy. How much for a pape? And I say I'm in costume.
The nice thing for Donnie is that when he shaves his beard, he looks 12 years old. So he can play any kind of boy.
Yeah. That's how I get out of trouble with the law. I shave my face and I am a boy. And I always just point any direction.
You can't tell, but he does have a butt chin.
Wow.
You can't tell with the hair.
We're learning something new every minute here. Thank you so much. Donnie and Marie Calendars, this has been very exciting and very enlightening for us. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Michael.
The butt chin again? You're going to do the butt chin. You're going to bring up the butt chin.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So we got a glimpse into the Airbnb lifestyle. That was very exciting. And now, if you're enjoying the show, and I hope you are, you can donate to the performers at Imposters Comedy on Venmo. And let's bring out our next pair of experts. All right, we have Azure Snapdragon here.
You could call me Azzy.
Azzy, welcome, Azzy. And Draglius Hightower, welcome.
Yep, Drag.
Azzy and Drag.
How's it going in the 21st century, little pea-brain?
Yeah. How's it going, little small-minded?
Sorry, we just dropped in from the 45th century. We're way advanced.
Yeah.
We just come over here to drop some little knowledge on your little prehistoric brains.
Wow,
yeah.
that's amazing. I
hopped in my dad's time machine. He's got like 7 of them. He owns a dealership. Came over here, fuck with some old people. By old, I mean like 2,000 years old to us.
Yeah.
Wow,
we're kind of a big
amazing.
deal.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you said 4,500 years in the future.
Yeah, we're from the 45th century. All right, yeah.
40. It's
like
weird they haven't figured out the
4,401.
It's weird they haven't figured out the wired headphones yet.
Hey, I gotta stay in the Airbnb here to be on the show.
Listen, like time travel is an imperfect science. Azor came here perfectly fine. All my clothes were gone when I got here. You gotta make do.
So we had to go get some of your lame clothes because all our jumpsuits were all messed up in time travel.
Yeah.
The ones
If
that
you-
look
if-
just like our skin underneath, so we look naked but we're warm.
Wow, that's
It's the
fascinating.
biggest
All right,
breakthrough of the 43rd century.
well, this is all fascinating. So let's just get right into presentation. I can't wait to
Yeah, do
hear
it.
some knowledge from the future. Thank you.
All right, let's look at the first slide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we come here because we're cousins, obviously, and we need to
Yeah.
check in on like our family. Like we like looking at the family tree, and we're
Mhm.
Metzers. And first,
Yeah, from way back.
yeah, and
Way.
don't ask us about the Metzlers because we don't know shit
Mm-mm.
about the Metzlers. No one. Everyone's like, "What about the Metzlers?" Like we don't know about them. We're Metzers. But anyway, we come here. We're gonna check out this family reunion.
Yeah. Well, check it out. Maybe drop some knowledge of what we know from the future and what we know from the past, because you guys about to have a fun time.
Yeah, 'cause we got time travel. We know everything. For instance, we were there when the Earth was created, and there is a god. His name is Steve.
Yeah, cool dude. Makes bomb nachos.
Bomb. Heats him up with his mouth.
Let's goes and it's just perfect. All right, let's check out that next slide.
Go on. God, sorry. I know we seem like we're pretty cold, but it's so wonderful to see like the babies and the marriages. I'm sorry, man.
We get real sentimental about it. Seeing the future, we all about getting in touch with our feelings and stuff. I know you guys got problems with that. I know you guys can't get in touch with your feelings as easily. You hate people for really stupid reasons. But nah, we ain't like that. We ain't like that.
So
Unless you're dumb. But you ain't like that.
This year, man, we saw baby Chloe and I held her against my chest. And then like probably gonna hop in the time machine and see her as a teenager. Then I'm gonna hop in the time machine. I'm gonna see her as like a 40-year-old, and then I'm gonna see her die. That's
Yeah,
heavy.
just
Like,
stand there bedside.
it's like 45 minutes. I can do the whole cycle.
Yeah, you feel the whole thing. It's like being in a movie. Let's check out another slide.
Yeah, sorry. Next slide, please. All right. It's at a campground, and it's really roughing it for us because we're used to living on spaceships in the sky, obviously, Jetson style.
Yeah.
The Jetsons is the only 20th century culture that exists in our time. It's all we know. It's basically, we assume that that's the greatest show for the 20th century.
Mm-hmm. The closest thing I ever had to being on a campsite was going onto a VR deck and roughing it there, but it's just not the same.
We can't even go to
Way
the
more
Earth,
bug
man.
bites here.
Can't even go to the Earth. It's just like a gaseous cloud that we float above.
Yeah, you guys really putzed it up. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, really, we should be probably using our time travel to come back here and warn you about that, but who cares? Our life's actually pretty sweet. We live in spaceships in the sky.
Yeah, our lives are pretty sweet regardless.
Regardless.
You guys did screw up Earth. We want to make that completely clear.
But anyway,
like this is the generation. If y'all was curious.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was like, okay, we'll break it down for you. Who fucked up the Earth for you guys? Okay. So it was probably started in like the Industrial Revolution in the 1800s. And then like everyone after that was just like, the next people will fix it. The next people will fix it. The next people will fix it. You guys right now are like the last people who can fix it, and you're not going to fix it.
No, you're not gonna fix it at all.
You're not gonna fix it.
And we didn't fix it. We just said we're going somewhere else. Yeah.
A lot of people are gonna die, but not the Metzers. We're gonna get out.
Yeah. We'll get out there.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're going to this campground, you gotta hit up Tim and Sue, because they got the hookup and everything you need. Whether it's like a canoe, or if you need like some bug spray, or like some sunscreen, or maybe you just
sleeping bag.
sleeping bag. What else do you need for camping? Keep naming them, Drag.
Let's see, beer.
Beer.
Let's see. You said bug spray and
Dead
suntan
bug
lotion,
spray,
and
suntan lotion.
if you didn't bring any swimming trunks, they got some swimming trunks for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Final
I have
clean
a
party.
feeling that it's touched Tim's junk because I think Tim's just giving you his, so you gotta be ready for that. But whatever. In the 45th century, we're not hung up on that stuff.
Nah, we don't really care about that. Clothes is clothes. You know.
Yeah, our clothes is designed to be see-through so you can see our junk.
Yeah, we're completely okay with that.
Yeah.
If we didn't know that some regulation would make it so we get in trouble, we would not be talking to you with these lame earth clothes.
Yeah. This is uncomfortable. This is cotton, which I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
it's extinct.
Yeah, it causes a strange chafing. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. Anyway, next slide.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys tried recycling. It's too late. We already covered this.
Yeah. We already went over how the earth is putzed. You guys should still give a honest try. Please do. But it is really only a moral victory.
Yeah. I mean, the best thing anyone on this thing can do is become like a billionaire and in charge of like a lot of industry and then close all your factories. But if you're just worried about like throwing a can in the trash or in the recycling, you might as well throw it on the ground.
Like if you're in control of, say, a large policies or production, yeah, go for it, change it. But where your recyclables are going, I mean, I hope you sleep well.
And then hopefully, you know, if you are lucky enough or unlucky enough to survive to 2075, you'll see the end of the earth, or at least, you know, the slow extinction of mankind on the earth, and then we start exploring the stars and things get sweet again.
Yeah, it gets pretty awesome.
I mean, for the people who get off.
But there's definitely for the people who get off.
Few thousand people get off. Most of you are gonna die.
And just to be clear, it is mostly rich people. Just want to let y'all know.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't get better for y'all.
I know this looks like the Metros are having a pretty small gathering here, but we're loaded. We own the campground.
Yeah.
I think we got one more slide. Next slide. Yeah, let's take it up. Oh, you got to register. So what we've done is we've registered for every family reunion basically for 400 years, going back to you know, whenever they started doing the family reunions. So we just pop in and out. People think that we're cousins from their time every time, and they just think we don't age.
Yeah. It's actually kind of fun. I come in different hats. And we'll make a game out of it. We don't hang out very long either. It doesn't. Oh, I remember the pork pie hat.
You tell them more about your hats. I need you to name 10 hats right now, my friend.
All right, let's see. There's pork pie, baseball. We got a golf cap. We got top hat. The year we were wearing fezzes. The little spinny beanies. That year was great. Let's see. I used a scarf as a hat. There was the time that we used a shrink ray. Oh yeah.
He used a shrink ray. We shrunk down a car and we wore it as a hat.
Yeah, it was great. It's great. Let's say we wore skunks as hats because we used deodorizers, so they just looked really cool.
Yeah, people thought they're like coon cats but skunks, but they were living skunks.
And of course, my favorite hat is the homemade one I made for the Mensers and all the memories I had throughout the years. That was my favorite hat.
It had the ear flaps to keep you warm.
It did. It was a poll year that year.
If you're a Metzer, you got to register. You want to be in the pie eating contest because that's the only way you get pie. Yes. Otherwise, all you're going to get is cookies. And you know.
And also know that if you join the potato sack race, you're going to get owned by the both of us. Just know that.
Because, again, another thing we've done in the 45th century is we've basically become experts at every party game. So whether it's pin, tail, and donkey, three-legged race, wheelbarrow race, potato sack race, we win with just superior technology and knowledge, and we're basically more advanced than you.
Yeah. We gods at Twister.
Yeah, God's a twister.
Like-
You should see how flexible I am.
Yeah. It's glorious.
Glorious. I can't show you on this because the screen's too small. You can't take it in. Just trust me.
No.
Like if we had holograms, you could do it. But guess what?
Ooh.
You don't have holograms. You don't even have something that is relatively simple to us, like holograms.
No.
I can show you.
Nothing close.
I can touch my knees.
You think
behind
Apple Watches are cool?
me. Apple Watches? You dorks.
Dinguses. All right. But if y'all got any questions,
Yeah, I think that's everything
we could take some questions.
All
So,
right, let me
why
jump
don't you
back
come
in
in here
here.
and ask you silly old people questions.
Yeah,
Let's
so
do that.
if, I hope you don't mind indulging us. We do have some questions for you, and we're really excited to hear from you. So let's see. Lazy Susan was the first one to just kind of comment that they want God's nachos, and they want to know what's the secret ingredient to those nachos.
God breath. We've
God breath, yeah.
So it's kind of like
It's
you
the
know, kind
breath.
of like
It's
how the kind of like mesquite cooking, where like it's the process that adds it to it.
It's in the preparation.
Yeah.
Just say
Yeah,
it's like
it-
God has eaten every sweet-smelling thing in the world and then breathed it onto some nachos and it melted cheese.
There is
Sounds fantastic.
one other thing though. He uses a little bit of dodo meat, and
Good luck.
just to let you know, going throughout time, dodo meat is just delicious. You can never ever have it, but dodo meat is great,
Yeah, same thing
So-
with
and I
Stegosaurus.
think that's personally what makes it for me.
I mean, the best thing about being time travel is eating all the food you will never eat because we have hunted it to extinction.
Oh, yeah.
So to be clear,
Just
you're
going back and
responsible
having
for
another
hunting it to extinction.
Mankind.
Oh, mankind, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
we.
No, mankind is. We
And not the
I
rest
guess
of us.
by participating in eating it, we might be part of its demise. Sure. What is having one plate amongst friends? You know?
I mean, yeah, sure. We've killed 10 dodos. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a drop in the bucket of dodo murders.
Fair enough. All right, let's
Yeah.
see. What else do we have here? We have how has the Menser family reunion changed over in future generations?
Great question.
Ah, good question.
Well, first of all, obviously we
Great
have to take
question.
space.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
right now we
it's
do
done
it
in
on the
space
moon,
now. Hmm.
which is fun.
The
'cause
Mincer Family Space Park.
on the moon, the potato sack race, you jump really high, which is great. We enjoy it. The gravity here, I'll be honest with you, does mess us up a little bit.
Yeah,
So you feel a little dragged
it's a little
down.
discombobulated, you know.
Yeah, we're used to floating in space like gods, and then here
That's
you're
fair.
just like stuck on the ground.
Yeah.
You jump like
That's fair.
a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Basketball player like dunks, he jumps like 2 feet off the ground. Everyone's like, "Oh!" I'm like, I'm used to being able to jump like 10 feet in the air.
Let's
like-
see. We have, a
Jump
couple,
triple what he does.
we have a couple more questions here. Let's see. How has religion evolved in the future since Steve revealed himself to everyone?
It's chill.
Yeah, it
Super
pretty
chill.
much is. Everyone just kind of loves each other.
Now
There's just like a understanding.
we don't have church. We just like FaceTime chill and with Steve, and
Yeah.
he just hangs out with us. He just wants someone to hang out with him, to be honest. And we made a big deal about it down here. You guys made a big deal about it, and you blew it up into big things. And you fought, and he was like, "Fuck you guys," and he left. And then we were like, "Hey, come hang out," and he's like, "That's all I want to do is just hang out and be cool, be chill." And can everyone just be chill? And we're like, "Yeah, we be chill." And now everyone's just chill, and it's chill. Follow?
Super chill.
Super
That
chill.
sounds very chill.
Sorry,
All
I had to
right.
dumb it down for your language.
No, I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where are we here? Did Sue and Tim's descendants survive the apocalypse?
No.
Now they're
I mean,
they're
we can
gone.
ask. I mean, you can. The answer is no.
Yeah, they're
We got.
they were probably gone in the first flume dust
I'll
cloud.
tell you who we got. We got a lot of the Kanye West kids. We got
Yeah.
too many Trumps and a bunch of rich kids and anyone whose dad owns any sort of dealership. That's what we got.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound great.
I mean, it was bad for a while. But, after
Yeah.
Space Wars, things settled down and,
Yeah.
time travel came up. We traveled around. We learned a lot. We met Steve. things got
we lapsed a little. There was Space Wars 2. Everything's a progress. A couple of more people were lost. We
Now,
lost
when you say Space Wars, were these wars between you and the surviving humans and other races in the universe?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of aliens. I figured you guys knew that.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Is it first?
You do know they're aliens, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, there's aliens on this show.
Wait, what?
I mean, I've seen
there's aliens
aliens
on the show. Yeah.
Oh wow.
We're not going to tell you who they are. We're not going to oust. We're not going to oust who the alien is.
I got confused. I forgot first contact doesn't happen for 10 years, and I thought we were already there. But
is that part of the
the
treaty with them to not out them if you see them in other?
Yeah, it's one of the rules of time travel is you don't talk about the aliens. But let's just say you have elected a lot of aliens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
now all of them are.
You're lucky if you elect an alien. They're smart.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I have a couple more quick questions. Let's see. Are there dance barns in the future, and what are the popular dances?
Are there dance what forms?
Barns.
Dance
Like-
barns.
Like as in the dance barn that was at the family reunion.
I mean, you dance wherever you want.
Oh.
We don't have rules about where you can dance. We don't have barns because most animals didn't make it up with us. Like when you're fleeing the earth, you don't always think like, better bring the cows. So, we didn't have a lot of use of barns. We had to basically use molecular science to make beef so we can eat something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We've just gotten around recently to starting to recreate animals. So
it's going poorly.
Yeah.
Tried to build a cow from the ground.
They don't taste as good.
I have not tried to build a cow. Let's see. What's the most common problem you've witnessed at family reunions over the generations, over the millennia?
Cooking.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's cooking.
Yeah. Someone always underseasons the potato salad. It's a thing.
Yeah,
that's fair.
It's interesting. And I feel like I've become a snob through the years with all this time travel because I'm going to be honest. The future's food choices are fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but half the reason why I time travel nowadays is to try the food. It's just a thing. Oh no, there's no White Castle in the future.
Come here just slider sometimes.
Three more quick questions. I'm gonna go just get a quick answer from you. So, Azzy, what should we do if our granny always falls asleep at the reunion?
I mean, you let her sleep. I mean, she's lived a long life. You let her do what she wants to do. Don't be a jerk.
All right, fair enough. Draglius, is there cooler corn in the future?
Cooler corn. The coolest corn you've ever seen. Like when you can get pre-popped corn, you just open it and all the popcorn just comes out of it. And you can have it so it's pre-cheesed. It's fantastic.
That sounds fantastic. All right, and last question: to embrace going green, will we be washing and reusing our plastic utensils?
Yeah, someone always tries, but you don't need to.
Yeah.
At that point, it doesn't matter.
They almost instantly biodegrade after like a couple hours of use. Like they're just gone.
And like we said, it's not going to make a difference in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. No.
All right. I have so many more questions, but we have to let you go. I do hope that you grace us with your presence another time before the apocalypse. So thank you, Azure and Draglius. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, we have two more pairs of experts coming up. If you're enjoying the show, you can donate to the performers at Imposters Comedy on Venmo. And as people are presenting, please drop your questions in the comment section and we'll get them to address them. So without further ado, let's bring out our next pair of experts.
Oh, well.
Whoa.
Hello, Francis Bottoms and Helga Lee. Welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having us. At your service.
We're very, very excited to have you this evening. We know you have a lot of knowledge for us, so we're really
much
excited about
knowledge.
that.
Too much. That's the thing. That's our problem. Too much knowledge.
We've always
Oh,
saying, how do we do it? We say, take a seat.
Take a seat because it's going to be a while. You know what I'm saying?
I wish I had that problem. I'm trying to learn every day, and that's why I'm hosting this show, to get myself more knowledge. Now, you two are location experts. Was that accurate?
Yes, for the only location that we know.
The only location that matters.
That only matters, and also we've never left this one location.
It's home.
Oh, wow, that's fascinating. And that would be a town called Derry in New Hampshire.
Woo, Derry!
Where my mama's from, my mama's mama.
All our mama's because we are sisters.
We are. Can you tell?
Can you tell?
I see a little resemblance. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great. So you've grown up together in this town, and sounds like you're the town's biggest fans.
Oh,
that is an understatement.
We have tattoos of Derry.
Well, maybe I'll show you. We'll get to know you a little bit better.
This is a family show, you know.
That's fair. Thank you. I appreciate your holding back on that. So I'm really excited to find out more about your town. So let's get right into your presentation, shall we?
All right, pull it up. First slide up.
Shoot it.
Welcome to Derry, New Hampshire.
So we are known for a lot of history. But I think that we contributed to a lot of that history that we've seen.
We are the history.
Welcome. Take a seat.
And then we're really known for our art.
Finger painting mostly.
Finger painting.
Little graffiti here and there. But you didn't hear.
Paint guns. The paintball guns.
Yes, ma'am.
That's art.
We got a lot of culture.
I'm not too sure what that means, but
yeah, I think it's things like a Cuisinart.
Yeah.
I think it's the type of Cuisinart.
Yeah, we got that. We got community. We're supposed to say it together.
Oh, community. Which is honestly, our family roots are deep in this town. So a lot of the community we are related to.
Yeah.
So
we all know each other because we're all related.
Brother, cousins, it's a whole thing.
Cousin brothers,
We got a lot of nature.
Nothing like good. I just love breathing in fresh oxygen. Nature. You'd always love breathing it in.
We do have a bit of a pollution problem, but we breathe it in anyway because this is our town.
We accept it as it is.
All right, let's shoot that next slide.
Let's go ahead and do that next slide. When we're going to tell you, we want to share the joys of our town. That is what we want to show you.
So first of all, that blue thing, it's real big. It's kind of the hot spot of our town.
Yeah,
we have this real big bridge, but the bridge isn't the main attraction. It's what's under it.
What's under the bridge? Do you want to know what's under the bridge?
Well, tell them.
Skulls. So many skulls. Animals.
People. A lot of raccoons.
And a lot of people, because that pie chart that we got there, the blue is what people want to come and see. The bridge underneath. They want to see the skulls. They want to see.
You think it's blue because of water, but it's actually the skulls kind of get a blue tint because of the pollution.
Yeah. And so the red part of the pie is meth.
I do love some meth. I do love meth.
Enjoy it time to time. We're not.
You gotta live.
You gotta live just a smidge bit.
I do love.
And why don't you go ahead and tell what the yellow part of the pie is? What brings us joy?
The yellow is actually math.
Math. We are big on math.
We love math. I mean, 2 + 2.
4.
You learn a little book smarts here.
Yeah. We love, equations, division.
I am pretty good at that.
She is.
I did a little bit of a stint with math in the, All right, let's shoot that next slide.
Next slide, please. Some people don't know that Robert Frost, his home was there. It's a must-see.
And the real thing is, there's this closet in the back, and when you're taking the tour, they don't really check, and you can just sneak in there with a fella. Maybe it's your brother, cousin, and
who knows?
Got a couple. Let's just say I had a couple of firsts.
I was there, sister. Remember, I was there in the closet with you.
He was there.
A lot of the people don't know we're also joined at the hip Like
Yeah.
literally, like we were born conjoined twins, and you know we go everywhere together. If you want to see look.
We got special clothing, so you know it's attached. But
it's attached. We are attached.
They asked us if we wanted to get removed. I said,
hell
hey,
no.
Hell no. The day the Robert Frost Museum burns down is the day we're not getting attached. So.
So yeah, over 300 tourists travel to Derry each year to experience the history for themselves.
All right, I'll shoot that next slide, please.
Did you know Derry has the highest concentration of clarinet players in New Hampshire?
It's real loud.
It's so loud. Ow!
I hear them under the bridge, and I'm like, shush. But you know, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. I did take a little stint with the clarinet. Learned a couple songs.
She did. They were beautiful. They brought tears to my eyes.
You never told me that.
Well, because you know, sometimes you know I get jealous, and I also wanted to play the clarinet, and you know,
I mean, you on the harmonica. That is something special.
You're too kind. You're too kind, Francis. You're too kind. Clarinets are real big in this town. You know, you want to. What does that say there?
Yeah, it says children can learn to play the clarinet at Derry Middle, which is where I learned. Thank you very much. And high school, which you know I kind of faded a little bit because I really got involved with the bridge.
Yeah.
You know,
I still stayed in high school, so it was kind of awkward. I had to put a little tarp over her.
Yeah, I got real into those skulls.
Yeah. So skull girl.
You know, check out our very own Mary Derry players to seek lessons of their own. Yeah, it's
so if you want, Michael, can I call you Michael? Okay.
Yeah, yes.
So Michael, if you want to tell these little followers to Venmo my sis here so she can teach you how to play clarinet.
Yeah.
You know? You could come.
Yeah, I'm very strict.
She's strict. She's a strict teacher. So you could Venmo us. She could teach you once you come down to Derry, and
you will learn.
You will learn. I'm not offering the harmonica though.
Maybe I'll take you on a field trip to the bridge. We'll see if you're lucky.
We'll see.
All right, let's get that next slide.
Next slide in, please.
See, I bet they just got out of the closet. You see that?
They just came out of that Robert Frost closet. I can tell. Look at.
You can see on her face. She had a good time.
That's the face you made when you were in the closet. I saw it right there.
She was in the room. We know you will love Derry. Don't hesitate to ask for anything you need.
Let's read the last line together. Nobody is a stranger in Derry.
Because we're all related.
We all relate. We all know each other.
And you know, if you want to be a part of the family, come on in.
Come on in.
And, yeah, I think that's about it. We love this town.
We do. We do indeed.
Wow, Francis and Helga, thank you so much. That was really.
Please call us Mrs. Bottom and Mrs. Lee.
Yeah, I'm going through a bit of a rough patch in my marriage, but I still respect the missus.
Yes, please.
Understood. Miss Bottoms and Miss Lee, I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you.
So we have a couple questions from our viewers for you. What can I purchase in the Derry gift shop as a tourist?
Well, actually, I've been hand painting some of those skulls.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah,
they are gorgeous. She's selling them $200 a piece.
You know, I take a lot of time with each skull.
Yeah.
And I do use different parts that I find around under the bridge to decorate them.
Yeah.
By different parts, do you mean the bones?
So sorry?
By different parts, do you mean the bones as well as the skulls?
Oh, I mean, I have incorporated some bones.
Yeah.
And some loose trash as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. You know, just kind of reusing the material. I think that's fantastic.
It's art, baby. It's art.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it seems like this is a very artistic town.
One day, I hope you can grasp that idea, Michael. I don't know if you can, but one day, hopefully.
I hope so as well. Now, I feel like you kind of glossed over the fact that there are some people skulls under this bridge.
We don't ask questions, okay? You know.
You know, when you're under the bridge, it is a bit of a dangerous area, and we do love it.
We love it to death.
But you know, you gotta keep your head down sometimes.
Keep it down. You know, we don't want to rock the boat, so we have a few cousins who, let's just say,
They a little shady, but
So you have family members that have rocked the boat a bit, if you will.
Yes, exactly.
All right, fair enough. Let's see. Marjorie asks, do I sense an accent other than New Hampshire? Maybe your parents are from the South.
You know, it's crazy.
So our mayor, we opened up a KFC, and he just dove into the culture, and he said, look, the colonel wants this town to embrace the Southern culture, and we said, yes, sir.
Absolutely. We don't disrespect our mayor.
No, you know, yeah, I mean, Mayor Tomlinson is a good man. You can take that to the bank. And you know what? Our KFC, we've all worked there.
I mean,
right?
Yep.
Actually, shoot my own horn, I just got promoted to assistant manager.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, Miss Bottoms.
I'm still at the register. You know, just hoping one day.
Let's see. I think I can put in a good word.
Oh, nepotism, am I right?
That's fantastic. So, one of our viewers noticed that you're very openly smoking cigarettes. I think inside.
Inside, yes. Inside only.
Only
Only inside, yes.
Okay, so you keep the outside pristine for tourists, but the inside you can do whatever you want.
Nice and fresh.
We don't want to add any more pollution.
No.
Than there already is.
No, because we love our town too much.
That's smart. I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Also, our kid here.
Oh, it's our son.
This is our son.
Oh wow.
Little Derry. There's Little Derry. That's his name, and he's in timeout right now. He burned through all his cigarettes too quick.
Yeah, he knows what he did.
You got to be telling him 1 pack a day. That's it.
Slow down. And he tried going outside. We said, no, Derry, get back inside.
So Derry is just Derry Jr. He's just right here.
Told him lock that door.
Everything in moderation, right?
Yes.
Amen.
Fantastic. All right. I think that's everything we have. So, Miss Bottoms and Miss Lee, thank you so much. We really appreciate this glimpse into your hometown.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you
Michael.
soon.
We'll see you soon in Derry. Okay.
Yes, I can't wait. Can't wait to get that music lesson.
Oh,
yeah, you better bring your music book, all right? Because you're gonna learn a lot.
You're gonna learn too much. Too much.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. That was a fascinating look into Derry, New Hampshire. And we have one more pair of presenters coming up. So let's welcome them in.
Hi.
Hello, Heather Kittering and Fran Jitterson. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Well, welcome. It's so great to have you. Now, you two are experts in, if I'm correct, coffee?
Yes, everyone's favorite hot brown liquid.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Had a really good cup of coffee, Michael?
Have you?
Michael?
Have you had it, Michael?
Have you?
I mean, I'm more of a tea person, but I have had a sip of coffee in my time.
Kind of coffee that changes your life and makes you leave your husband, you know?
We're both divorced. That's how we met. Divorce court, it's a hell of a place.
Wow, so you actually met in the court.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I was trying to get full custody and everything he had, and she was being a little bit more humble, but we really bonded.
Wow, Fran, what were you trying to get out of your... Oh, and then you went for coffee.
Going after court, and she was like, I don't know, I could use a cup of coffee. And we've just been together ever since.
Don't even talk to me until I've had my 5th cup.
Wow. Well, you know what? I think you two. I'm just fascinated, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this subject. So let's jump right into it.
All right. Well, Fran, here we go. From bean to belly. That's what we're all looking for, right? We're trying to experience the coffee.
On a deep and emotional level. Are you as amped as I am right now? Because
I'm so amped. Yeah, I'm on number 8 tonight. my morning 8 and my evening 8.
I love that you are always at the exact same level.
Yeah.
Predictable. I can feel my blood moving and my eyes moving, and I feel alive, you know?
You know, that's the best part about coffee is that every part of you is moving and you know it's all working in synchrony.
Always at an 8. Always be at an 8.
And you know what? We're going to focus on the journey to your cup. So we all know it starts with a bean and it ends with a belly. But how does
Sounds a lot like how a family starts, Heather.
That's exactly right. There's so much that coffee and families have in common. Let's do the next slide. Where does it start?
So there's a misconception that coffee is made out of beans, but it totally comes from cherries.
Yeah.
So we have so much to tell you because I don't think you are as informed about coffee as you should be. But like I don't imbibe any other beverage. I don't drink juice. I don't drink water. My kidneys are hurting, but I'll tell you, the juice that these little cherries make.
You can't be a coffee fan unless you understand that the terminology is cherries rather than beans.
Yes. I know so many like coffee imposter wannabes who are talking about the beans.
I thought of that on cup 6 and then I wrote it down on cup 7.
Oh my gosh. I won't bother you before cup 8.
Does coffee grow in warm regions? Yes. Take a look at the map. That is a warm region map.
Yes. All proximate to the equator.
Let's do the next slide. So, many of you may have heard something very sad and deeply untrue. Some people say that coffee is unethically grown. How could something so perfect be unethical, Fran?
Because these same people who are spreading lies that coffee comes from beans are also saying that it comes via unsustainable, unethical sources. But we're here today to tell you that that is not true. I know that mule personally, okay?
If that mule is tired, it is allowed to eat coffee cherries to help itself wake up.
And
it's
then we
not
have
unethical.
Dance parties.
That is exactly right. That mule loves being awake all the time.
Yeah, we wrote a screenplay together once. It was great. We stayed up all night.
Yeah.
He is well treated. He lives right behind my house. I feed him carrots. And then we take trips to the equator to harvest the cherries.
Yes, yeah. And so don't worry about the people involved either. Because Fran and I personally have gone to help harvest coffee. So there are helpers among us.
Gosh, I can smell the rich coffee cherries. Just even on our last trip. It was
I ate 70% as many as I actually like put in the bucket.
We are so dehydrated.
Oops. What's a girl to do?
I guess have another cup.
Oh, let's take that next slide.
Talk about that family we might have someday.
Okay, so any coffee girl has had to make the most important decision. Light or dark?
Right.
There's a lot to consider.
There's so many facets to coffee. There's so many components. Have you ever thought about moisture, Michael? Have you ever thought about coffee's moisture?
Have you, Michael? Have you thought about moisture? Have you thought about the moisture that you're going to be intaking so that you don't have to worry about the fact that it's a diuretic? Have you thought about that, Michael? We'll check in later.
We'll check back in, but this is why this talk is so important, and we're so glad that you're here.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to brew coffee. You can use a French press. You can use instant coffee, but I don't recommend it.
Don't do instant coffee.
You can just press the beans with the force of your own aggression until you get a fine dust powder, and then you can drink that. There's so many
like wine.
Oh yeah. Oh, remember that time we did that? They hurt our feet. They are not soft grapes.
Yeah, my feet are very soft. I'm just a tender person.
I know. That's what I first noticed about you.
Here's the flavor profile. My ex-husband didn't care at all for a flavor profile. He tasted everything and he said, tastes like coffee. That was the primary reason for our divorce.
Oh, that's terrible. It can taste like like a lot of coffee, like more coffee. Like there's so many layers to how the coffee-ness of it.
Exactly. It
The
could taste
coffeeosity.
like light roast coffee. It
Listen.
could taste like dark roast coffee. It could taste like medium coffee. There's a spectrum here. The light to dark spectrum.
So beautiful.
It also varies by regional and national origin. So remember when we said it only grows where it's warm? That was true. But is where it's warm all the same place?
No. Me and my mule friend have traveled all over the world, harvesting only the most special coffee cherries.
Exactly. We've already gotten into moisture. You could have very moist. You could have less moist. You have a whole spectrum. We've got the light to dark spectrum, and then we got the dry to very moist spectrum. We're not talking about one or the other here. We're talking about a beautiful art, a cultivated art.
It's like a rainbow where everything tastes like coffee. And you can't go wrong, except if you say you don't care about it.
Yeah, then you're wrong.
And you're wrong and you're divorced.
And then we're gonna get divorced. I could never marry someone that doesn't love coffee the way that I do. I could marry coffee.
Yeah, I know. I see how you look at the canister.
You got your brew method, dead French press, pour over, grind them up and put them in, and then the machine does its work. There's lots of choices.
Basically, how can't you make coffee is a better question. All of the ways to make coffee. Every now and again, I'm like, oops, I made coffee again. Accident.
Limit storage, you know? You could store it in a warehouse. You could store it right in your hands. You could store it.
I mean, do you have any viable containers, Michael? There's literally nothing you can't put coffee in if you put coffee in it.
Exactly.
Kind of a rhetorical question.
Right. Right.
Fine vase.
Fine vase. You probably want a lid for the fine vase if you're going to leave them for more than 3 to 6 weeks. You want a lid for your container if it's going to be in for more than 3 to 6 weeks.
Freshness is key.
All right, let's take the next slide. So we just wanted to end on a note that reminds us of who we are as humans. Coffee is who we are as humans. Enjoy, savor. Don't ever let me hear that you have been gulping down coffee. That is precious. Sip. I'm going to show you my sip technique, okay?
Oh my gosh. No one sips like you, Heather. Okay, do you see the smacking lip technique? That ensures the maximum amount of coffee intake with no residual fluid expelled.
Right.
Like there is an art to it. The way there's an art to everything, Michael. And if you don't sip your coffee carefully, you're gonna scald yourself. Okay. You're gonna spit it out. Whoopsie doodle. Or you're just not even gonna taste or enjoy it. Like why not just drink water? There's no point. My kids hurt so much. They hurt so much.
Yeah, and it's just when your lips, when you have that rapid in, out, up, down kind of movement, it forces you to take in small, manageable gulps so that you can taste everything about the flavor profile, that you can get every last drop of caffeine, that you can enjoy your morning, move on with your day, get your divorce, kick him out the door, get that divorce, get him out.
Find that warmth and nurture someplace a little closer to home.
Be that power woman that you wanted to be. Get that job, get that custody, drink your coffee. You can have it all. Women can have it all.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah. Fran.
Wow, that was a very energetic presentation, and I honestly learned a lot about coffee. So thank you so much for that. We have some questions from our viewers here. First off, Colin wants to know, what are your thoughts on decaf coffee?
What are your thoughts on soulless humans? What are your thoughts on remotes without batteries?
What's the point? Why not just go wander in the woods with nothing and enjoy nothing ever again? Don't you dare ask us a question like that ever again.
Yeah, that question can be thrown out.
Oh my
I'm really sorry. I have to present these. Don't shoot the messenger, as the saying
Michael?
goes, right?
Michael.
You like decaf coffee, Michael?
You like decaf coffee?
Is that what you like?
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Okay, good.
I like what you like, so we're friends.
It sounds like we are.
Okay,
That's what
great.
friends say. They remind you that they're friends.
They do, yes. Let's see. We have a question here. Oh, Marjorie wants to know. So her husband drinks coffee and she doesn't. Should she be worried that they will divorce in the future?
You want to know my divorce lawyer's name? Dwayne Howard, and that is 810-923-4745. That's 810-923-4745. Dwayne will fix it up.
Dwayne.
He'll get your divorce done for you, and then you can hang out with us.
We hang out by the courthouse. There is a coffee shop next door.
And I heard you, Fran. I heard you hang out by the courthouse, but you're actually not allowed back in the courthouse.
No, for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told I'm too enthusiastic.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Apparently, you aren't supposed to jump over your desk and try to attack your divorcing husband. Oops. That's me on cup 5. I told you not to talk to me before cup 8.
The law is very complicated. Let's see. We have a question from Lisa. What happens to the cherry pits when the coffee is made?
That's a great question. They are also harvested and turned into jewelry.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what they do.
Interesting. Now, do you make this jewelry yourself?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. We do.
I have an Etsy store that I started with my mule friend. Basically we just make crafts.
And your Etsy store is actually named after your mule friend, right?
Yes.
Made out of pure coffee cherry pits.
It's
so
beautiful.
cool. And it gives you a buzz, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it still holds that residual caffeine in it.
Caffeine contact through the skin is another acceptable way to ingest.
Osmosis.
Wow, fantastic. Let's see.
Also, my mule friend's name is Esmeralda. I wanted to credit her.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So now people, do you want to give a shout out to your Etsy store? Do you want to give them the?
Fransmeralda, we turned it together, .etsy.com, and we have a 10% off sale if you shop this evening.
That's adorable. Now, just a quick question. Heather and Fran, you seem very close, but Heather, is there any jealousy between you and Esmeralda?
Yeah, a lot. Fran and Esmeralda and I are involved in friend counseling. I'm trying my best, so don't talk to me before my 8th cup, right?
All right, fair enough. It's good that you're working that out. So let's go. We have a couple more. Let's see. Marjorie says the woman who wrote the book Having It All never had kids. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do have kids, and let me say, I love coffee more. Oh, they are a trip. Let me tell you, they do not behave.
And Heather, when's the last time you saw your kids?
Well, so we're working this out. It's the court
in person. I mean, in person.
Well, we're working it out. It was 2016, but I'm busy. Okay.
Fair enough.
And
all right, looks like.
Kids, but I have a 3-way friendship with Heather and a mule that feels very satisfying. So I mean, no complaints.
Fantastic.
Sometimes I feel like the coffee cherries are my children, more than my actual children. Just kidding.
But like a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, we have one final question for you here. Sharon says, I wash my mug daily, but my husband prefers to not wash his mug for several days and will use the same mug. Your thoughts?
I mean, we just spent 10 minutes talking about coffee purity and how to best gather that specific information. We talked about flavor profiles. We talked about moisture. The longer you leave your mug, the more bacteria can grow in it, the more that different factors can impact the flavor and sensibility of the coffee. Also, just basic hygiene.
I'm going to summarize my thoughts in 5 words. Give Dwayne a call. Yes.
So to be clear, you're suggesting divorce for over this
We
issue.
are always suggesting divorce, yes.
Okay, fair enough.
There's not a
All
lot
right.
divorce can't solve, I gotta say. Except a marriage.
Understood. All right. Well, Heather Kittering and Fran Jitterson, thank you so much for joining us. We have all gained so much knowledge from your expertise. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you all for watching tonight. I hope you have learned so many new facts and life lessons here that you can apply to your own day-to-day activities. And we're really here to improve the welfare of everyone. So I hope that happened this evening. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to donate to the performers, you can Venmo us at Imposters Comedy. And if you would like to join our email list, you can contact us at imposterscomedy@gmail.com. And we have our social media below me right here. So follow us, subscribe to our channel, and thank you so much for joining us. Good night.